Hello, Gemini, and welcome to FireStarTarot. I am Empress Egypt, and this is your shadow work reading, okay? We do about a shadow work reading once a month. I will tell you, I have already done Aries and Taurus, and it just seems that love has a lot to do with the shadows. Sorry, you guys. Nope, not right now. Hold on really quick, you guys. Anyways, sorry about that, you guys. I'm getting notifications on my computer to update, so hopefully nothing goes wrong here in this video, okay? But so I did already do Taurus and Aries shadow work readings, and I will tell you that their shadow work readings evolved around love, okay? I normally don't pick up on love like that in my shadow work readings, which is really interesting. So I'm just curious just to see where you're at, Gemini, and see if yours is a typical shadow work reading. Normally on the shadow work readings, I'm able to tap into just different faults, different, struggles, challenges, conflicts within your life as an individual, because my shadow work readings are all about self-growth and self-expansion. So to see love as a part of it is a little bit challenging because my shadow work readings are so different from my love readings. So to have to incorporate love into the shadow work readings is very, very difficult because, it's basically having to tell you guys that the consumption of love or the consumption of union is the reason for your fears and problems. So we'll tap into it, Gemini, and see if you guys have the same issue. Remember, you guys, energy is fluid here on my channel. When I speak of masculine and feminine, particularly in the shadow work readings, we are referring to the masculine and feminine energy within you, okay? Masculine energy tends to be the logical side of you, and the feminine energy tends to be the emotions, okay? So we're going to look at balancing, obviously, both of them out. That's why we face the shadows, okay? So we are going to be working on self here, self-expansion, okay? We're going to start with overall energy. Overall energy, we do have wise seeing, wise action, okay? Very beautiful energy. So really, honestly, Gemini, this has a lot to do with just understanding the experiences you go through, really create this wise seeing. And so when you start to see through the experience of things and you grow this wisdom, then it becomes a wise action, right? Because you've been through it, you've been through the struggle, you've been through the conflicts of things. So this energy is actually really beautiful for the shadow work reading, because this is telling you that these experiences that you're going through that create conflicts in your life, that create the challenges in your life, are actually creating this wise experience, which thus in return creates wise actions for the future. So beautiful energy, Gemini, all right? So let's go ahead and get into this reading. We are going to be using the Starman Tarot for the overall shadows. We are going to be laying down 7 cards, okay? And then we will be clarifying with the Mystic Mondays Tarot as well as the Hermetic deck, okay? All right, Gemini, so let's go ahead and get into your shadows. Again, we're going to be laying down 7 cards when it comes to the shadows of your life. All right, Spirit, show me the shadows, the challenges. First off, we do have the Temperance in reverse. There's that love right there kicking off this reading, okay? Spirit, show me the challenges, the conflicts, the disadvantages. 5 of Swords in reverse energy, okay? Whew, being trapped, right? Really being trapped in the thoughts here. Feeling like there's a lot of thoughts within your head, maybe possibly even 5 particular thoughts in your head here. Obviously, 5 is all about challenges, struggles, conflicts, and problems. Spirit, show me the shadows within my Gemini's life, please. Show me the shadows that need light shed on. Spirit, show me what I need to see. Okay, these weren't supposed to come out, you guys, but that one was. Interesting, there was 2 cards here. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Gemini, that's telling me there's an unbalancing within you, as well as the Judgment card, okay? A decision that was made, or basically the consequences of a decision made, right? Let's see, Spirit, let's get 4 more cards. 3 more cards, Spirit, sorry. 3 more cards, Spirit. 3 more cards when it comes to the shadows of my Gemini, please. So clearly there's an unbalancing, Gemini, okay? I feel like things are really hard for you to, it's like when things are good, they're really great. And when things are bad, they're literally really, really bad, okay? And so I do see it's kind of a little bit of a challenge for you, Gemini. We also have the Prince of Wands energy. This could be your energy. We'll clarify and see, as well as the Two of Wands, which is telling me, Gemini, there are new beginnings, but there's shadows within these new beginnings. Okay, so there's issues and problems within this new beginning. Spirit, let's get 1 more card for Gemini, please. 1 more card for Gemini's problems and fears. Show me the last card for Gemini's shadows, please. 1 card, Spirit, 1 card. Okay, these weren't supposed to come out. I knocked those ones out again, but this one did. Interesting, the Ace of Cups in reverse. There's that power of love. Gemini, so it's coming through with you pretty clearly too, okay? So love is going to have a lot to do with this, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman in reverse, not trusting in divine timing, not trusting in, God's plan of things, right? Or the universe's plan. So this is a really strong grounding energy to start this reading off with, okay? So clearly, just by looking at these cards, Gemini, I will tell you, it looks like love has a lot to do with your shadows as well, okay? And, collectively, energetically, all of us, right? All zodiac signs, not just you, Gemini, because like I said, Aries and Taurus kicking off this week with their shadows is the same situation. Not the same situation, but just, overall, there's a lot of loves within the shadows. Let me call. Okay, I'm live. I cannot talk. I've got to go. Sorry, that was my daughter, you guys. This is live. Shit's real, okay? Hello, everybody. Sorry. This is my daughter. I just want to make sure everything was fine, but she was just calling me. She's driving, so you know how it is. All right. So I will say, Gemini, obviously love is a lot of your shadows here, right? There's a lot of issues within how you're seeing this situation, how you're seeing, love and the power of love, right? So remember, the shadow work readings is about different perspectives. So brace yourself, prepare yourself for triggering, triggering emotions here, as well as just hearing things in a different point of view. So you're not going to be told what you want to hear. We're going to talk about the reality of the situation, okay? So let's start off with this non-reconciliation, the Temperance in reverse. Okay, clearly there's a lot of energy focused around this non-reconciliation, Gemini. So clearly there's someone from the past that you're holding on to, whether this is, a situation that never worked out, a situation that never even began, or a situation that was really serious that ended, okay? I don't see any 10s here, so I'm not seeing anything circling this ending. I'm seeing this energy of non-reconciliation, so it's kind of hard to say at this point. But let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Spirit, show me why the Temperance card is here for the shadows of my Geminis, please. It's interesting because, like I said, this is that energy that's coming up in a lot of readings, and I do feel like a lot of twin flame journeys have been very, very much so, like almost amplified, intensified here lately. So this could have a lot to do with it. I've been picking up on twin flame readings a lot with all of the zodiac signs, okay? That's not saying that you're in a twin flame journey, but that is saying that possibly the thought of a twin flame energy is kind of picking up on this, okay? Interesting. So as far as this non-reconciliation goes, this can also apply to patience that you are learning, okay? But clearly there's shadows within this non-reconciliation. There's shadows within this patience that you think that you have, had. The Chariot, though, there's this energy of, honestly, the shadows within this non-reconciliation is you're wanting someone to take action. You're wanting someone to come in and balance out the scales, okay? We also have the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like, honestly, because of this not having reconciliation, it's important to understand. I'm going to flip the switch and give you the other perspective. It's important to understand that this non-reconciliation, Gemini, is actually creating this action that you're taking. It's actually creating a sense of clarity for yourself here, right? So the Ace of Swords is about having that mental clarity when it comes to this non-reconciliation, okay? And the Five of Wands, competition. Lots of challenges and problems within this non-reconciliation, okay? We'll clarify a little bit more here with this non-reconciliation in a little bit, but it is important to notice that starting off this reading with this non-reconciliation, that clearly there's a little bit of issues, right? You feel like this person's not going to take action. You feel like, it's like you feel like this person's very clear on not taking action. You feel like this person's not going to communicate with you or take action with you, and you feel like there's a whole lot of competition around this situation or this person, okay? On the flip side, if you don't look at it at the negative viewpoint, if you look at it from a positive viewpoint, this non-reconciliation is teaching you how to take action to what it is that you want. It's creating action taken by you to create balance, as well as mental clarity for yourself, as well as not feeling like competition. Okay, so it's important to understand that. So let's go ahead and get into the Five of Swords energy in reverse. Clearly, we already have the Five of Wands. This is this. Whoop, I don't know what all that is. All right, I really don't. Three of Swords came up on top. Maybe you're thinking about a third-party situation, or you're thinking about like a lot of sadness and grief that was around this situation, or this situation is creating a lot of sadness and grief for you. And clearly that's going to create some stagnation and some blockage when it comes to anything that you're doing in life, just when it comes to the path of self, right? So the Five of Wands energy, the Five of Swords energy, the Five of Swords card is your second card on the table, right? The Five of Swords energy really talks about just literally being very, very, very confused in your head, and not even confused. It's just that you have so many thoughts in your head, Gemini. You can even say five in particular, right? It's just that there's this almost like, what does it say? Messy home, messy life kind of energy. And I feel like your brain is your home. I feel like your brain's kind of just a little bit unorganized when it comes to, your thoughts, right? Maybe you have a whole lot of thoughts in your head, Gemini. Maybe one of these thoughts is this situation of reconciliation or non-reconciliation, depending on how you look at the situation. But there's just a lot of conflicts surrounding this. So let's go ahead and find out exactly what these conflicts are and what these thoughts are, right? Spirit, show me Gemini's thoughts process, please. What's going on with the Five of Swords energy here? What's going on with the Five of Swords energy, Spirit? Show me the Five of Swords energy. High Priestess in reverse, not trusting your intuition is definitely one of your thoughts in your head, as well as the Ten of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So Gemini, you're not trusting your intuition, okay? And this is creating a lot of conflicts within your own head, or at least the thought of, are you trusting your intuition or not, right? It's like, I feel like a lot of you guys are thinking about this situation when it comes to love and saying, okay, is this my intuition telling me to hold on, or is this my intuition telling me to run, right? It's this energy of walking away or staying kind of energy. And because of these thoughts in your head, it creates a lot of competition. Therefore, it's hard, right? You're saying, okay, is this my intuition or is it not, right? It's back and forth. Ten of Cups as well, right? So not having this abundance when it comes to love has created a lot of, again, thoughts within your head, right? So not only are you thinking about this, what is this Ten of Cups? You're also saying, okay, what is my intuition? When is this my intuition? When am I trusting it? When am I not? What is my intuition, right? On top of thinking about what is your intuition, you're also thinking about this non-reconciliation, okay? So that's 3 of the 5. Spirit, show me 2 more, please. Let's get 2 more when it comes to the thoughts that weigh heavy on my Gemini's mind. We also have the 3 of Cups. So there's that 3, that heartache, right? I do feel like, okay, so there's going to be different situations for this 3 of Cups energy. For some of you guys, your person's in a third-party situation, so you think about this a lot, and this is another one of your thoughts, okay? For others of you, it has nothing to do with a third-party situation. This has everything to do with your family, your friends, the people closest to you that you love a lot, okay? So clearly thinking about your friends, thinking about your family weighs heavy on your mind, okay? Spirit, let's get one more when it comes to the 5 of Swords. Interesting. There's that 3 of Swords. Now it's in the conflicting energy, okay? So I will say that this love does have a lot to do with this conflicting energy, right? These conflicting thoughts within your head, Gemini. There's a lot of sadness within your mindset. There's not only a lot of sadness, but there's a lot of burdens on taking care of the people you love, okay, Gemini? Not only are you frustrated with the thoughts in your head about the people that you have to take care of, not only are you saddened by the sadness and the loss of someone, especially someone that you care a lot about. And I'm not talking about the physical loss. This can be, I'm not saying that it's not, but this is more pertaining to the love of this situation, right? The non-reconciliation, the 3 of Cups, the 10 of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. So all of this does weigh very heavy on your mind, Gemini. It's okay, though. It's normal to have so many thoughts. Maybe just try grabbing one of these thoughts and figuring out a way to resolve it. Hey, Katie, how are you, my love? So let's go ahead and tap into the 2 of Pentacles and find out why you're unbalanced here, okay? Spirit, why is the 2 of Pentacles here in reverse? Interesting, the Ace of Cups, okay? So the power of love has you unbalanced, all right? Which is exactly what love should do. Love should have you unbalanced and questioning things. And really, the true experience is the ups and downs of love. And I feel like this power of love has really created this unbalancing, okay? So it's important to understand when I see the Ace of Cups, this is the power of love that you give to others as much as the power of love that people can give to you. But more importantly, the power of love is really, really the best way to really explain the power of love is in the you versus them reading, right? When you look at it side by side, how they feel for you, how you feel for them, what you're learning from them, and what they're learning from you, and how you two exchange, right? because we so often get caught up in the sadness, right? The sadness and the heartbreak of things that we tend to forget what the power of love is actually doing, right? Because we get so caught up in the sadness of things, we almost lose sight of the things that are actually taking place, right? Because we're just sitting there seeing, again, the sadness, the loss, the betrayal, the deceit, the lies. So it's really hard to actually see what it is from the other perspective that you're learning from this person, or more importantly, learning from the separation of the situation. Okay, Gemini. Let's see if there's anything else, Spirit, when it comes to the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Spirit, anything else when it comes to the Two of Pentacles in reverse? Alrighty. King of Wands in reverse. So here we go. There's that fire energy conflicting the Ten of Wands, releasing the burden, walking away, right? I feel like this weighs you really heavy, Gemini, right? It's like, do you hold on to this energy? Is it your twin flame connection, right? Are you trusting your intuition when a part of you says to hold on? Look, grounding energy was the Temperance, right? The starting off was the Temperance, the Patience. It's questioning if holding on to this person is worth it. If holding on to this person is trusting your intuition, right? If holding on to this person, will your person ever take action intimately and passionately, right? So this creates a lot of burdens, and these burdens, right, this conflicting energy of, do you release this person, do you walk away, or do you stay, is obviously creating a lot of unbalance within your life. Okay, Gemini. I'll give you guys overall just kind of advice to the energy. I'm not going to give you advice on what you should do with the situation, but I will give you advice on these situations so that you can kind of look at it and say, okay, you know, what's the negative and what's the positive of this? And ultimately, that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do, is just to look at the negatives and positives of everything so that you're very balanced when it comes to your decision making, your action taking, and of course, your manifestation, right? I will say Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this goes back to you really not evaluating things prior, right? So I feel like a lot of this connection is definitely going to have you evaluating now, right? So what is this decision that is made, Spirit? Why is the Judgment here, and what are the shadows within this Judgment? Six of Swords, walking away. So I feel like, honestly, a lot of my Geminis, it's like the judgment that was made, the decision was made, right? Your person decided to walk away to something new, okay? Or to at least something that they thought was better. They felt that their situation with you, this is how you feel, because these are your shadows, right? So you feel like this judgment that was made towards you, Gemini, the judgment was made for someone to walk away. Okay, that's on the negative end. On the positive end, this can be that decision for you to finally walk away towards something that you deserve, or at least something that you feel you deserve here. All right, Spirit, why else is the Judgment card here, Spirit, for my Gemini? Show me what I need to see, please. Show me what I need to see for Gemini Judgment. Interesting, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Yeah, so I feel like, honestly, this is an energy of both. I feel like you feel like this person walked away from you to go towards their wish fulfillment. But more importantly, at the center of the read, this is very important, Gemini, because regardless of the situation, again, the wise, seeing wise and taking wise action. It's this full, strong on energy of you making the decision to take action. And the settlement, the judgment, is you walking away to something that is more deserving. What is that more deserving? The Nine of Cups energy. Straight up, your wish fulfillment. Walking away towards your wish fulfillment, all right? Spirit, why else is this Judgment card here? Interesting. The Two of Swords conflicting, as well as the Sun, happiness. So clearly you're in this mind state, right? And again, this is that vice versa energy. I feel like this can go both ways. Maybe this person, or maybe you feel like, because remember, this is the shadows. So maybe you feel like this person walked away and what they walked away to was better, or at least from your point of view, seeing them walk away, you're looking at them as walking away to something better in their mindset, right? Or however it is you're viewing it, right? You feel like they walked away to what you thought was more deserving. So it makes you feel like shit, right? Bottom line is you're like, what the heck here, right? This person walks away to what they think is better, what they think is their wish fulfillment, what they think is their happiness, right? But the Two of Swords conflicting energy. They weren't seeing things right. They were seeing things from a 3D perception, right? They weren't seeing the reality of it. This is your energy. This is how you're feeling, okay? And for those of you guys that don't feel like this, you guys are on the opposite end. You're on the opposite end of making the decision to walk away from this energy towards wish fulfillment, towards your happiness. And of course, it's conflicting you, right? The 3D perception and the what you feel is conflicting you. This explains why you're having a hard time with this power of love and trusting your intuition, right? Is this my intuition? Do I follow it or not? Okay, those are the conflicting energies within you. So let's check out this Prince of Wands energy and find out who this Prince of Wands is and why are they here. Spirit, show me why the Prince of Wands is here, please. Spirit, why is the Prince of Wands here? Interesting. Justice not served. So this is your person. This person weighs heavy within your shadows, right? I feel like this person creates a lot of problems and fears within your dynamics, right? Within your actions, within your thoughts, within everything, but more importantly, within your creations, okay? So what this is saying is because whatever this person did or what this person didn't do, right? It creates a lot of injustice with you, Gemini. And because of these injustices, there is this stagnation. And I won't even say stagnation because it's not really a stagnation. There's just a little bit of not really knowing, right? Wanting to be adventurous, but not really knowing. So again, it's that conflicting energy. It's not that you're not moving forward, but you're not really rushing to move forward either. You're just like, I don't know. It's the abyss. It's the unknown. But you do know that how you feel is not right. You feel like, you know, an injustice has not been served. You feel like the verdict has already been laid down. And, you know, it's either you hold on to this person walking away and following wish fulfillment, or you finally walk away towards wish fulfillment yourself, right? So again, it's those conflicting energies, right? And so it's up to you to obviously clearly balance it out and pick one, right? You can't just be on the brink of what choice do I make? What choice do I make? And never make a choice. And remember, don't make a choice, make a decision. Look at both options, yourself included, the negatives and positives before you make that decision. The only way you're going to balance out those skills is by you taking action and controlling your own skills. You can't control this. You can't control the skills of someone else, right? You can't control their awakening. You can't control their balancing. You can't control the way they think, or, you know, the awakening or the epiphany that they had, right? So it's understanding that you can control yourself though, and you can balance out your skills, right? So let's see why else this Prince of Wands is here, Spirit. Interesting, the Eight of Swords, right? So I do feel like, honestly, thinking about this so much, you've clearly created a lot of stagnation here, okay? And again, it's not even stagnation. It's just that instead of getting over the problems and fears, like that seventh step, right? The problems and fears, and really kind of going back and figuring out that, okay, you can face those problems and fears and moving forward. It's like you move forward out of the problems and fears and you stay right there at step number 8 because it's comfortable, because you're content, right? It's like you stay there to go back over and evaluate everything that's happened, but you stay evaluating shit instead of actually taking it for what it is, evaluating it, learning the negatives and positives, and then moving forward and applying it to a new cycle, right? It's like you are afraid to take that final step to move forward out of this cycle because you're afraid by closing the door and walking forward that you're closing the door on this person and on this energy. But personal little note here, right? Note to you guys from me is, if somebody walks away from you, or at least you feel this, because clearly it's coming through in the middle energy, right? You feel like they may have walked away to something that they think is better, right? To their happiness. You're still like, what the hell? How do I walk away, right? How do I let go of this energy? If you're having to question if somebody cares for you, if you're having to question clarity, if you're having to feel like you don't have clarity because you're depending on someone else to give you that clarity, let me tell you, you will always stay in this cycle and you will not have the power of love. You will not have the wish fulfillment because you're staying stagnant when it comes to that energy. So it's really important that you try to, again, really think about, okay, if this person walked away to where their happiness is, do I stay holding on to an energy that's walked away to their happiness, or do I finally walk away to my happiness, right? So a little note to self, really think about that and look at both decisions, you know? You think about it long and hard and face the reality. Did this person walk away from you? And if they did walk away from you, did they walk away from you and leave you feeling like you were nothing and you weren't their wish fulfillment? Why are you giving them that much energy, right? Put that energy into yourself when it comes to new beginnings and new passionate creations for yourself. Because staying in this Eight of Swords energy, you're just trapping yourself in your thoughts. That's all you're doing, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the Two of Wands, this new passionate beginning, because clearly there's some shadows within this new passionate beginning, right? Spirit, what are the shadows within this new passionate beginning? Two of Pentacles. So, right, if you're not balanced and you start this new passionate beginning, like say you just say, okay, Like I told you, maybe you don't make a choice and I said that backwards. Say you don't look at both decisions, right? Yourself and this person, walking away from them, and you decide to just choose yourself, right? You didn't even look at the negatives and positives of yourself, or really the negatives and positives of your person. You just decide to say, fuck it, I'm walking away and I'm doing this for me. Okay, so you make a choice to choose you. You don't decide, you make that choice. You make that choice, what happens? You make a choice to a new passionate beginning for self, which is great. Don't get me wrong, Gemini. I'm not saying that it's not. But when you're making a choice and you're not deciding, right? When you're just saying, hey, I'm going to choose me, I'm more important in this energy, what do you get? You get the Two of Wands. You still get shadows and unbalancing within that new beginning, right? So this is what Spirit's saying. Spirit's saying, look, if you want this new passionate beginning, you have to make sure you flip this Two of Pentacles. Where was it at? The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. I saw the Two of Pentacles somewhere else. Anyways, my point is right here, right? Oh, sorry, right here. Getting lost here, Gemini. The Two of Pentacles, same thing. You're unbalanced, right? When it comes to this power of love, this person walking away and the burdens you carry, same energy. If you're unbalanced when it comes to that, right? If you never decide and you just choose yourself over this person, or you choose this person over yourself, you're not balancing yourself. You're going to go into a new cycle, right? It's up to you to choose to go into a new cycle balanced, right? And evaluating and learning from your past to take it into the future without letting that past hold you back, right? So what Spirit's saying here is there's shadows within your new passionate beginning. Remember, don't choose a new passionate beginning. Decide. There is a difference between choosing and deciding, okay? So let's go ahead and tap into the Ace of Wands and this power of not having love, okay? Because, again, this is shadows, so this isn't the reality of it. This is how you feel, right? This is the shadows you need to face. So you feel like there's not a whole lot of love in this situation, or you feel like you don't have a whole lot of love, period, right, Gemini? Or at least what you see as love, you feel like you don't have it. Like you don't have this great connection. You're definitely holding on to this energy of the past. Do I let go? Do I walk away? Do I choose me? What do I do here? Am I trusting my intuition or am I not, right? Again, this becomes that mind of maniacs. You're going crazy in your head. Is this my person? Is it not? Do I stay? Do I go, right? So this is that lack of having love, right? So let's tap into this power of love in reverse. Interesting, strength in reverse, right? Leo energy. This is you being weak, right? Trigger warning, I tell it like it is, right, Gemini? So there's this energy of feeling weak because allowing someone to take all of your energy. And we talk about this in all of my readings, you guys. And I will use it in this reading because I feel like it's really important. Again, if your source, right, like say you were a phone and you were plugging yourself in to charge yourself, you're going to plug yourself into source, right? Source gives you the power that you need to have that full battery, okay? Every person you come in contact with is going to take some of your energy, right? So it's supposed to be an even exchange, right? It's supposed to be a 50-50. Every person you come in contact with, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a love partner, you should take just as much as they take, right? When you're giving them, they should give to you. If they don't fucking give to them. And I hate to say it, but that's the reality of it, because if you don't, you get this power of love in the reverse, like so, right? And you become weak because you're depending on their energy, right? Because they've taken yours and you're focused on that energy, right? Does that make sense? So it's really important to understand that this power of love, or actually this power of not having love, yes, it's created some weaknesses, right? Let's find out what else there is here. Spirit, anything else with this power of love in reverse? The Four of Wands in reverse, right? Definitely not creating a strong foundation when it comes to your creation. Whether you choose to create love, whether you choose to create a home, whether you choose to create a business, the problem is when you have this, the energy, right, of your love pulled out, you have no energy for yourself. Therefore, you don't have a whole lot of love for yourself. As much as you sit there and say, or I even sit there and say, I love myself, I love myself. If someone has taken that energy and you don't have it, it doesn't matter how much you say you have the power of love within, like solo, that unconditional love, doesn't matter if you don't really have that energy in you. You can sit there and say it all you want, Gemini, but when it comes down to it, if this person has taken all of your energy and all of your love and you have not recharged your battery, right, through source, you're not going to have it. So thus in return, you're going to end up having these foundations that are created, but they're not stable. Okay. So they're not going to be long lasting. They're going to be short term, right? Spirit, why else is this Ace of Love, right? The Ace of Love, the Ace of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles, that equal give and take. There's the answer, right? That power source. Again, every time you guys come into contact with someone, they're going to take your energy. So make sure you're taking some of theirs too, because if not, you're not going to be able to function and get through life with no energy, right? With no power. So again, it's that equal give and take. It's that 50-50. I think one of the biggest mistakes I made personally as an individual when it came to love in past tense was I thought in order to show your love, you had to show them by giving all of your love, right? That 100% love. When I first got with any of the men that I felt madly, deeply in love with that put me in these kinds of situations, it's because I didn't save any of my love for myself. I allowed them to take all 100% of me, and I gladly gave it to them. I did not hold any of it back for myself. And this was what I got every time. It wasn't until I said, okay, you know what? I got to do shit different, because I got tired of hurting and being in this pain over and over again, right? I learned, right? I really learned this union within. I learned that equal give and take and how people will take from you. So you can't blame them, Gemini, right? It'd be like anybody. If you have any type of product, it's like a grocery store. I use this as an expression, as an example too, right? It's like Walmart. Say Walmart decides to have a 50% off store. How crazy do you think that store is going to be, right? That store is going to be crazy because it's 50% off. People are going to be in there fighting, right? What do you think the shelves are going to look like? They're going to be half empty, but they're still going to have product there, right? But they're going to have that money to restore their shelves. Okay, now think about if Walmart had a 100% off store, right? A 100% off sale. What do you think that store is going to look like when it's done? And then what does Walmart have left to show for that destruction, right? So you have to look at it like that. Are you going to sell all of yourself and not have anything in return? Or are you going to sell yourself and understand that when you sell yourself or when you give some of your stuff away, that you have something else in return? It's that 50-50 exchange, okay? It's really important because that's where you learned it though, right? What's important with this reading so far, Gemini, is to understand that the negatives within the way you're seeing, not even the way you're seeing this connection, the negatives of how you feel with this connection or the lack of this connection, right? This unbalancing, this having a hard time with trusting your intuition because of this relationship, because of this energy, because of this lack of wish fulfillment, right? Yes, it made you weak, right? It really made you test this power of love, not having this power of love, not feeling this power of love. So it's like basically looking at yourself with no love and sitting there looking at yourself saying, oh my God, how ugly am I? Oh my God, how could I let myself do this, right? It's really hitting rock bottom so that you understand what the Six of Pentacles is, so that you understand what that equal give and take is. You have to allow yourself to be completely taken advantage of, and every single ounce of your love be taken from you by the person that you would least expect it, so that you could fully understand how important it is to protect yourself, right? To create the protection that you need, and also the wisdom, right? The wisdom that you need, Gemini, to be able to make sure that you take from these people. There's nothing wrong with taking from someone. Matter of fact, you have to, Gemini, because if you don't, you will be weak. You will be without love, okay? You will have rocky foundations when it comes to any type of creation, okay? Let's go ahead and finish off the deck. Anything else with this power of love in reverse? We also have the Seven of Pentacles. Definitely, it's going to make you evaluate shit straight up, all right, Gemini? Straight up. It's going to have you evaluating your situations. It's going to have you taking a look because before you didn't work that hard, right? Before, it's not that you didn't work that hard, okay? That sounds really shitty, but because I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about physical work. Yes, it applies to the manifestation. So it's like you tried, I feel like before you didn't try on yourself here. I feel like you tried with everyone else, Gemini, but when it came down to you, there wasn't a whole lot of trying. It's like, yes, you tried to work hard for for the relationship, or you tried to show how much work you would put into this love, right? But again, it comes back to you not working on yourself, you not working on the manifestation for yourself, that unconditional love, that self-love, that one love, right? The duality within your emotions and your logic, okay? So now this lack of love, right? This weakness, right? That was created because of this lack of love, right? The rocky foundations actually create that you understanding what this equal give and take is, right? Now you understand the 50-50, and now you're able to evaluate things. Now you're able to say, okay, Well, shoot, if I go back to all of my relationships and I sit here and I look at it, yeah, I allowed this person to take everything, not only my emotions, but this person took my money. This person took my time, right? Depending on how you look at it, and everybody's situation is going to be different, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Where are we at on time, you guys? 36 minutes. Okay, let's clarify a few more things here. Go in just a little bit more into detail, Gemini. Clearly, because there's not going to be any extended. So you guys know I clarify in my extended. So I'm going to be clarifying because we're not doing an extended, right? So I'm going to clarify here. All right, so we have the Three of Cups, all right, and we also have the Three of Swords. And this creates a lot of conflicting energy. So I do feel like, yes, you're feeling the sadness of someone walking away to someone else. But for some of you guys, this is family, okay? So I want to clarify and find out what's going on. Let's start with the family side of things first here, okay? Spirit, what's going on with this Three of Cups when it comes to personal situations, when it comes to family, friends, conflicting energy, death, not changing? So I do feel like there's people around you that you love, whether this is friends or family. I'm not really talking about your union with your person or the person that's done this damage. This is more other people around you, okay? This is going to be your friends, your family, people really close to you. There's issues with the people around you and yourself. Either one, you're not changing or you're conflicting on changing, right? Because you're conflicting on releasing these burdens, right? So it's got you in this conflicting energy. And because you're in this conflicting energy of not changing, I feel like situations around you are not changing, right? So this is that energy of if you change, the situations around you will change, right? So the third party situations, whoever's dealing with personal issues at home, personal issues with your kids, your family, sisters, siblings, aunts, uncles, friends, whatever the situation is, it's not coworkers. This is emotions, right? This is someone you love, someone that if they passed on, you would miss deeply, okay? So it's important to understand that this conflicting change all depends on you, Gemini, all right? Just for those of you guys who are going through things with your personal situations, right? If you feel like conflict is happening at home, be the change that you desire, right? If you want things to change in your dynamic, you may have to change your approach or your view or your perception of things, okay? For those of you guys who your person has walked away to a third-party situation, let's find out what's going on. Spirit, why is the Three of Swords here? What is this heartbreak when it comes to, okay, all right. Yep, blasted tower, somebody not taking action, and it creates what confliction? The Knight of Wands, passionate beginning, right? So what this is saying is, yes, for some of you guys, your person went to another option, a third-party situation, like what I was picking up on here with the Six of Swords. You feel like, for some of you guys, you feel like your person ran away to somebody else, went somewhere else where they thought they were happy. For those of you guys where that's the situation, this has created obviously devastation in your past. You hit rock bottom. You feel like this person is not going to take action, and because this person doesn't take action, in return, it creates the unbalance with you. It explains the Two of Pentacles. It confirms it. Got it down, okay? With this Knight of Wands energy, this was an intimate connection between you two. You guys really felt the spark between each other. But I feel like important with this Knight of Swords, with the Knight of Wands energy, is this is someone who, on the positive end, can be, yes, very passionate and intimate, but on the negative end can be very passionate and intimate with others, right? So this is that energy. That's exactly what happened here. That's not saying that, you don't have more love than the other person does, or that you're not sexier or prettier or better than the other person. It's just an energy of really focused on that, focused on the destruction, the sadness, and grief within that situation, okay? So I do want to find out, obviously, there's a few conflicting cards for you here, Gemini, that I think are really important to dab into, and then we'll dab into the injustice, okay? But, so I know that this person hurt you. For some of you guys, this person hurt you. And by choosing another option, it created a lot of sadness and grief. For some of you guys too, it was just the fact that there was outer influence in this connection, right? So maybe friends or family influenced them to not choose you, or maybe they were really focused on what their parents or friends would say, and so they didn't choose you, right? Depending on how you look at the situation. But I do want to take a look at the perception, because the Two of Swords is here, right? So Gemini, that's telling me that there's two conflicting things between you actually walking away towards something you deserve, or staying in a past negative energy, is really going to be about the things that you see and the things that you feel, okay? Because you can sit there and feel confident with your actions all you want, but when it comes down to it, if you're still seeking the answers in the 3D, it's because there's, again, you're not choosing one or the other, you're just going with one or the other, right? I mean, sorry, you're not deciding on the other, one or the other, you're choosing one or the other. I talk about this a lot, the difference between choosing and deciding, okay? Whew, losing my breath here, Gemini. Sorry, keep up with me. So I want to find out what is conflicting you between the things you can see in the 3D and the things you can actually feel, your intuition, okay? Spirit, what's the difference between the 3D and the 5D perception here with the Two of Swords? The Six of Swords in reverse. That's what's stopping you from moving forward. This is what's stopping you from taking that step forward, okay? So again, you're going to have to make a choice here, Gemini, when it comes down to the things you feel and the things you can actually see, okay? I know it's a hard decision, but remember, in both decisions, you need to have the negatives and positives. So you need to look at the negatives and positives of trusting the things that you can see in the tangible world around you here on earth, or the things that you can feel that you can't see. You're going to have to decide the negatives and positives of both and actually make a choice here, okay? Because until you release that blindfold, until you make a decision to either trust what you feel or trust what you see, you're not going to be able to change, okay? This is your confliction. Your confliction, again, that is stopping you from moving forward and taking a new path is, do you trust what you see or do you trust what you feel, okay? Spirit, anything else when it comes to the Two of Swords energy and the conflicting positions? Spirit, anything else when it comes to the 3D and 5D perceptions? The Three of Wands, that's what's stopping you from this new passionate beginning, straight up, okay? So there's your answer for those of you guys. I mean, Spirit answered that very quickly, okay? The only thing stopping you from this new passionate beginning, your heart, what it is that you desire, okay? Yes, you have to get rid of what it's going to look like in the 3D. You have, if you're going to make the choice to go off what you feel, you have to just stop looking in the 3D of things. You have to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to trust my feelings. I've looked at the negatives and positives. I'm making a decision to choose, right? I'm deciding to choose this option, right? So you choose the option to, you know, go with the way you feel and remove that blindfold, right? That's when you get that new passionate beginning. This is when you walk forward and you take a new journey. I feel like if you stay 3D in the concept of things, you're going to stay in stagnation, right? Because you're expecting, right? You're expecting it to look like this, smell like this, and taste like this, right? Spirit, anything else when it comes to the Two of Swords and conflicting energy? All right, that's it. So let's go ahead and move on. Where are we at on time? 43 minutes. Okay, I have enough time for like one or two more questions. Clearly. It's raining outside. Okay, Houston, I hear you. What's going on here, right? So there's a lot of, again, a lot of balance and new direction coming, right? New paths coming. However, there's shadows within that. So I want to see what's really going on here with this balance and with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Two twos, Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is just confirming what I said, right? This is saying, look, Gemini, if you want this new passionate beginning, if you want to be balanced, you know, in order to do that, you have to go through this unequal give and take. You have to go through this devastating ending, okay? It is what it is. Because without this cruel and unfair punishment, right? This injustice. Without that, you wouldn't be balanced. Without that, you wouldn't know what a new passionate beginning is. Or at least you wouldn't know what it is to crave that new passionate beginning, okay? If you didn't have this unequal give and take in a connection like this, you're not going to know what that yearning and desire and want is to end this vicious cycle and to want something better, right? It's like that bittersweet. You never know what you have until it's gone, right? It's that power of love, right? Spirit, anything else for the power of love in reverse? The Two of Wands. So as long as you don't love yourself, okay? As long as you are weak when it comes to your emotions and your logic, okay? As long as you are unbalanced, Gemini, you are not going to have this new passionate beginning. That's the Two of Wands energy, okay? So it's just going back and forth all over the place, Gemini, so there's no need to really clarify anymore here. You know, this makes complete sense to me, Gemini. If you really want to be able to walk forward, you need to make the choice in between, you know, you need to decide, are you going to stay with this energy of what you see around you, or are you going to trust your inside, right? Are you going to trust your source, right? Are you going to trust you and your intuition, or are you going to allow the 3D world to, you know, stop you, perceive you, stagnate you? Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense to you, Gemini. It makes a lot of sense to me. I know it's not an easy journey. I know it's hard, but hopefully you've gained something from this reading that will help you to at least decide, or at least give you kind of like an outline on how to decide. If you do need more help on the actual steps that you need to take to be able to finish out a cycle and start a new cycle in the right way, you'll have to go through the news feed. Definitely go to your the Gemini playlist. I did upload a video that was the expansion readings. The expansion reading is a step-by-step process in a cycle. Maybe it'll help you have some clarity on the situation, on how to actually take the steps needed. But remember, you guys, the first 2 steps are the most important, all right? It's your power, your source from above, right? Your energy. And number 2, the decision that needs to be made. Without those 2, you are going to continue to repeat the same cycles over and over again. So it's important that you decide. You have to decide. You have to make a choice. Well, more importantly, you have to make a decision, all right? Yes, you have choices, but you have to decide. You can't just sit there and go back on these choices back and forth and never decide. Does that make sense? So Gemini, again, I hope that helps you guys. With that being said, that's all I have for you in this week's reading. Next week, we are going to be doing a twin flame reading, okay, for those of you guys who just want to check into the twin flame journey, see where your divine counterpart's at. Because remember, even if you think this is your divine counterpart, and it's not, let's just say, okay, worst case scenario, right? Say that you're tuning into your divine counterpart. The thing is, in a twin flame journey, you still have a divine counterpart, okay? Whether it's the person that you're 3D physically thinking it is or not, the point is you're still energetically connected to someone. So that is what that twin flame journey is about, right? It's about tuning into the divine masculine to see where they're at, as well as the divine feminine, okay? So again, it'll be definitely a good reading to check in to see where your counterpart is at, okay? Right? Especially mentally, the shadows, right? The actual physical 3D world of the divine masculine and feminine, okay? Also, too, tonight, you guys, I am going to be doing a divine masculine, divine feminine energy check-in. Definitely be on the lookout for tonight for that. Make sure your notifications are turned on over on YouTube. Hey, Scorpio number 3, how are you? So yeah, definitely check it out. I'll see you guys later tonight. Gemini, actually probably here soon, right? I have a personal reading at 7 and at 9. Yeah, I'll probably go live here in about 30 minutes, you guys, with the divine masculine, divine feminine energy check-ins, and we'll see what's going on. But we're going to look more at just the check-in in the 3D world, not that 5D perception, okay? So the reality of it, not the fantasy of it, okay? All right, you guys. With that being said, I love you. Stay blessed, Gemini. Hopefully this reading helps you out in some way, shape, or form. I'm praying for you all the time, like I always do. And yeah, I love you guys. Okay, stay blessed. Blessed be. I will see you guys next week, where we will tap into the twin flame journeys for your actual personal zodiac sign. All right, Gemini. Love you. Bye.